Okay, we're going to give you a little tour of Taipa. Ooh, that sun is bright, but we're going to be in the shade and driving around. So, okay, tour of Taipa, stay tuned and we'll show you as much as I can around here in the daytime. Chiquinha, chiquinha. Let's go check out the road. Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, so first off, we're going towards Taipa Village. So there's a little burger coffee art right there. I haven't been in there yet to have burgers. I need to get in there. There's a temple to the left. It's really bright and sunny, so we're gonna see how this turns out for the camera. It can either be good or bad. I think a lot of times I seem to go out in the evening and it starts to get a little bit dark. Seems like about 6 or 7 is my time that I usually end up doing driving videos. I see this guy all the time. There's a guy in blue right there. I always see him on this street. I guess he lives in this neighborhood. So this right here, we're kind of going into Taipa Village. Kinda, we are 100% going into it. There's a lot of different routes I could do right here. Well, there's actually 2. I can continue going straight, but there's construction right there. So that's where Taipa Village is at. And yeah, there's construction. So I will be forced to go to the left, which is okay, because that's kind of interesting too. So we're gonna go to the left. And up here we have this cool little street. I remember when I first came here in 2013, this was not that interesting of a street. It's just another street. But then they did all this artwork to the left here, and that really transformed it. And now a lot of people come around here and take pictures. Straight ahead is a Galaxy in the distance, and then that pink building is a government building that's closed off. Can't even get near that one. I'm not sure why. There's always security. And now we're going up towards what's the name of this one? There's a church up at the top here. So there's a blue colonial building, and then we're going to be going. That's the post office. That one with all the bamboo scaffolding on it. The blue one is a school. And up here, we're going to be going up towards Taipa houses, and but this yellow one is a church. But you're going to see a little glimpse of both. And yeah, some of these roads are quite narrow, but I like it. It's really pedestrian friendly. It's great to be walking around in Macau. Challenging, driving is a little bit more challenging, but walking is fantastic. Straight ahead is Macau Museums in the blue. You can kind of see those off to the right, and there's a pastel blue park to the left. And then straight ahead there's you can take an incline, an outdoor incline. You can go up to the top and look around up there, and I have done that and posted it on videos. But whenever I post it, it doesn't seem to be that popular. I think people aren't really that interested in it when I'm, basically when you're at a view spot meaning like when I have a good view, it doesn't always come out as amazing on camera. I don't think you can't quite see the details of the distances, that feeling when you're up there. Okay, so we're still in Taipa, and we're going to go into the Taipa town. There's also the Cotai strip with the casinos, which is once I get up here, it'll be behind me. I have driven in there and filmed it, but I haven't really filmed just the downtown Taipa so much, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So we're kind of in the density of the buildings and things like that. And I kind of want to drive down Zhuhai Guimarães, which is there's a skyway that leads to the metro station, and it's new meaning 2021, earlier this year. I think it came about in the summertime, and now it's October right now. Let's go check that out. Yeah, and this road is a north-south road. If you keep going straight, which we are doing now, this is a little bit of a challenge. Everybody has to get into this lane because a lot of people illegally park on the left lane, and there's also a bus stops on the left lane too. But yeah, if you keep going straight, if you're a taxi, you can take the middle bridge to Macau. But if you're in a private vehicle like I am, then you have to take a bridge either to the left or to the right on the two other periphery parts of Macau. I can't just keep going straight like I could if I was a taxi. If I want to take a bridge to the Macau side. For people that don't know the Macau geography, basically we are on Taipa, which is an island south of Macau Peninsula. I want to go down this way. So this is the Guimaraes, which has a new skywalk system. Skyway? I'm not sure what they call it. But yeah, they completely transformed this area now. And you cannot cross the street as a pedestrian anymore, which is kind of breaks up that super pedestrian friendly Macau feeling. But it's not horribly bad because it just means that you have to take an elevator or an escalator, and they both go up and down, and you can just go up to that skyway, and then you can walk part of your distance on there anyway, so it all works out. There's Jollibee to the left. That's quite popular with the Filipino community and also with other people as well, but it's well loved by the Filipino community. But last time I went there, I saw a pretty large number of Chinese people that were there, which surprised me. A lot of different ways we could go here, but since I'm in this lane, I'm going to stick in this lane. I kind of had this small feeling that I wish I was in the left lane so I could have went and taken that route. Again, there's a lot of different routes I could take. But the one I want to do right now is, I want to be in that left lane. I guess I'll try to get there now. There we go, that's the lane I want to be in right here. I'm kind of going quite random, so but I do feel like if you want to see Taipa, it's good for me to go down these different roads as well. This one's going to illegally park. I'll honk my horn. Oh no, I won't honk it. I tried to honk it, but it's I always find it annoying because this is a 2-lane road, and then if everybody just stops all the time, it can create some pretty bad car accidents, as you can imagine, because you're going a certain speed and all of a sudden you have to get into a lane where there's other traffic, right? So right now the traffic is not so bad, but other times it's not good at all, and you get stuck behind somebody like that, and you can be stuck for quite a while just because they want to stop, and then you can't get into the other lane because there's too much traffic in the other lane, right? Actually, these ones here too, these 2 cars that are parked in this bus lane, I think. No, it's just they're just parked illegally. This is 2 lanes, but this street is hopeless. There's all these illegally parked cars all up and down the street, pretty much all the time. And yeah, none of them have the right to park there, park like that. You have to go to the metered ones and pay. Yeah, and it's funny because if you go to the metered ones and pay, and you let's see if I can get around this vehicle. Yeah, this motorcycle just parks in the middle of the road. I guess he's a delivery, so maybe he won't be too long, but that's not good. Okay, so this is what I consider to be the heart of Taipa. And there's a grocery store to the left. I guess I will take that one. You can go in a lot of different ways here. It's all dense and you get a sense of what Taipa looks like, I believe. Yeah, up here is, these are all illegally parked as well. The ones to the right. And then this grocery store always has illegally parked vehicles. Why would he stop there? I'm stopping for a pedestrian, but okay. Yeah, these are all illegally parked, every single one of them, all up and down the street. Whoa. Jeez. The guy really swayed to the left, trying to do his parallel parking. And then the other guy swung his door open. So, okay. To the right is the police station. And what we're going to do next is we're going to navigate a little different way. Whoa, she just kind of jumped out there. I'm kind of surprised sometimes how people aren't a little bit more cautious when they enter into the street. You know, people leaving the doors open or just walk way out into the street. I usually hug my vehicle when I go out into the street. I usually look down the street and I see if any cars are coming, and then if I see one, I stay real close to my car. So I'm always routinely surprised by the many people that don't do that. So like, yeah, that one, the woman just like swung out there quite a ways without looking, as if she wasn't in the street with cars that could, you know. That's the last thing you want to do as the drivers. You don't want to kill somebody, especially, you know, when it's something really preventable, when all they need to do is just look down the street. But anyways, let's try to enter into this street. I think we can do it now after this one. There's Galaxy Casino straight ahead. And we're gonna go down this way. If this truck will allow us. He is going straight and I'm going down the way that I thought he was gonna go. Okay, here's a couple hotels down here. There's the Grandview Casino Hotel and the Golden Dragon Casino Hotel. I didn't realize those were also casinos. Those are really kind of lower end hotels, but I guess they also make a little bit of money in the casino world as well. I didn't realize that. And now we're just going to keep on strolling. To the left is Macau Jockey Club, where they do horse racing. And right here is a Jockey Club light rail train station, light rail transit station, MLRT, Macau Light Rail Train, Macau Transit, light rail transit. So that's it, right to the right. There's Roosevelt Casino straight ahead. I think that's the one on the left, or it's one just over past this building. We're following this excuse me, light rail train. Okay. Should we go in here? Yeah, we should. We're gonna go into this little space, which is the Ocean Gardens. So we take this tunnel. Sheesh, that's a sharp turn. And Ocean Gardens is right here. This is on the periphery of Macau, Taipa. This one, there's a lot of people that illegally park here to get groceries, and to be honest, this is one of the few places that I do as well. I've been kind of fortunate in that I never see the police over here writing up tickets. I think that the grocery store made a deal because they make a lot of money, you know, with people just kind of rushing in to get their groceries and getting out. And Macau lacks that. There's not any kind of drive-through service of any kind of it anywhere. And there aren't any free parking lots like you'd see in a place that has a lot more space. There's not much space here, so all parking is almost all parking is you pay for it. But actually, this Ocean Gardens is a family destination, lots of apartments, and in my general observation is that I think that families come here because I think the parking is free. I might be wrong. But I know there's a lot of parking spaces for people. Maybe it's lower price for, I don't know exactly, to be honest. But I know there's like just to that left, it's all parking. There's like 3 or 4 floors of just parking. So let's keep on going, and right here is the Macau side, and that's kind of concludes the tour of Taipa. And I guess we're still in Taipa at the moment. And we'll see. I'll show you how Taipa is connected to one of the bridges, because one of the bridges is right here. And I kind of think I'm going to take it right now because I want to go to the Macau side. So we're entering into another roundabout, and we're going to be, there's a sign that says Macau, which means Macau Peninsula, as opposed to Taipa, which is where we're at now. And let's go on in. There's Macau Tower straight ahead. So there you go. That's a little tour of Taipa. And now we're going to exit Taipa and go to the Macau Peninsula. Taipa has all the casinos, it has all the new apartments, a little bit of background in Taipa. I believe all the buildings came up in the 1980s, and then the first bridge came in 1974, I believe, or was it 1976? But before then, Taipa was, not many people were there. It was just factories and firework factories and oysters. And the 1980s kind of exploded with real estate, and I heard it was mostly empty, and then they started building all the casinos, and all that housing was completely filled up, and anybody that got some apartments way back then is probably pretty happy financially. The whole city exploded financially. Okay, so that's Taipa, and now we're just taking the bridge to Macau, the Macau Tower to the right. And I don't know if you want to stick with me a little bit more, but if you do, there's these beautiful arches straight ahead, and then the exit bridge is quite nice. Exit ramp. So we'll just stick with it through the exit ramp. So yeah, Taipa is arguably it's definitely a little bit more expensive, and if you're a foreigner, there's a lot more foreigners there. A lot of them connected to the casinos, and just a lot more foreign amenities. And I think it's probably because of the casinos again. The service expat community that's large enough that I don't really know who most of them are when I see them. I'm routinely surprised, especially in the COVID era where foreigners can't come into Macau, so the only ones that live here are either permanent residents who don't mind doing 2-week quarantines to come home, or the vast majority of them are ones that just have work visas and cannot come back if they were to leave. Whoa, that guy's right on this one. Dang. That's not the place I'd want to be. Okay, so now we're coming off to the Macau side, so now you can see why I thought I'd bring the camera over to this place as well. There's Macau Tower. There's Macau Tower up there. Okay, and I guess with that note, we'll end it for our little Taipa. There's Taipa on the other side. So that'll be a good ending for Taipa. Okay. Chiquinha,